Let's talk about our Fluency card decks. These flashcards are great for repetition and practice for students, which is necessary for them to develop the skills to be confident and skilled readers. With our Fluency cards, we have 3 different types of sets. We have a build a word set, build a sentence set, and complete sentence set. Each of these sets focus on different skills, which varies throughout the cards. We have sets that focus on vowel teams and silent E, CVC phrases, digraphs and units, and blends, and many more options. Our Fluency card decks can be used one-on-one in the classroom or in a small group or at home with your students. Let's take a look at our Build a Sentence flashcards with the silent E phrases. Each card deck will come with an instruction sheet that tells you about how to set up your cards and how to guide your students through using them. First, we're going to separate our cards by color. This is the beginning of our sentence, middle, and ending. These cards are great because we can mix them all around and the students can try to decide if the sentence is real or makes sense. A great way to check for understanding is to ask your students who is the subject of the sentence, what they're doing, and where they are. Let's play. To play this game, we're going to flip each card. So first we've got those kids chased me by the lake. That one is a real sentence and it does make sense. Let's flip the first card. That bride chased me by the lake. That one's real. That one makes sense. Let's flip again. That bride made a wish by the lake. The subject in this sentence is the bride. What is the bride doing? The bride is making a wish. And where is she? She is by the lake. Let's flip this last card. That bride made a wish in the cage. To check for understanding, we can ask the students, where was the bride? The bride was in a cage. Where or what was she doing? She was making a wish. And who? The bride. Let's flip this one. That bride baked a cake in a cage. Who is the subject of this sentence? Still the bride. What are they doing? They're baking a cake. And where? In a cage. A great way to use these cards is you can mix and match the words to make several different sentences with one subject, one action, or one setting. These cards are fantastic because they improve fluency and repetition, and silly sentences are a fun way to get your kids to practice making words and reading sentences. Let's talk about our Build-A-Word cards. This is the Silent E onset rhyme set. In this set, you'll have an instruction card with multiple different games and ways that you can play. Today, we're going to play Match and Read. Our cards are color-coded and separated to indicate the onset and the rhyme of each word. Here we've got the initial consonant, onset. We've got the digraph, onset, and then we've got the initial blends, onset. Over here we have the Y says I rhyme card, as well as the vowel consonant E rhyme cards. For Match and Read, we're going to put all of these cards into one stack. The goal of this game is to flip over cards until you come up with a real word. Let's start. Here we've got brace. That one's real, so let's see what happens when we flip this one. Grace. Perfect. That one is a real word, so let's flip the rhyme. Great. That one's not a real word, so let's flip the rhyme again. Great. That one is not a real word, so let's flip the rhyme again. Like we see here, even when you come up with nonsense words in this game, it's great repetition and practice for students to develop the skills to become capable readers. This is just one option, but there is a wide variety of games to play with these cards. Let's talk about our complete sentence flashcards. This is the Silent E and Vowel Team set. In this set, you'll have an instruction card explaining how to use this set, as well as an explanation of all of the cards. In this set, you will find the cards are labeled for silent E and vowel teams. So if your skill focus is on silent E, you can go ahead and separate out all of the silent E cards. If your skill focus is on vowel teams, you can go ahead and separate all of the vowel team cards out, or you can use them all together. Our complete sentence flashcards are great to practice decoding and fluency and improve accuracy. Let's play. Dave will hike up to the top, then make a fire. When practicing with your students, it's important to focus on the timing, phrasing, and emphasis when they are reading these sentences. You'll notice that I naturally paused at the comma. This is something that is going to be important to pay attention to make sure that your students are correct with their timing and accuracy. Let's flip. Chase puts a bug on his pole and casts it in the wide lake. You'll see that this card focuses a lot on the silent E ending with the word lake, wide, pole, and chase. Let's flip. Perfect. The ump yelled safe when the kid hit the base with a thud. This sentence is great for practicing emphasis on specific words in the sentence and making sure that your students are putting that emphasis in the correct spot when they're reading it out loud. The king sat on his throne while a man made a tune on his flute. This is another silent E card that focuses on the silent E ending for flute, while, tune, made, throne, and other words. Comprehension is another key part of using this deck. It's important to ask your students questions about what they just read. These questions can include who was the subject of the sentence, what they were doing, and where they were. With these card decks, there's lots of other ways to play these games, and if you visit our website, pdxreading.com, you'll find other suggestions there.